Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little purse, and it's perfect and in time for Mother's Day. You can stick a little, I don't know, a little card in there, a gift card, or even a tiny gift like a jewelry. So this is the paper I used. I used Maymay sheets, the Happy Life, and I purchased, not that paper. I purchased this at Hobby Lobby when they had their huge clearance sale. I think I got it for like $4.99. These two papers are the ones I'm going to use. You need two 12 by 12 papers and a scoreboard. Let's get started. The measurements that I'll be doing first is these right here on the top: a half, 4.5, 7.5, and 11.5. I've already scored those. 1, 1.5, 4, sorry, half, 4.5. Then we're going to turn it to the left and score on 3 3/4 and 8 1/4. There we go. And you could see right here is a score where I started the half, the 4.5, 7.5. And I'm going to turn it to the score side where it's the 3 3/4 and the 4 and 8 1/4. We're going to cut the two lines in the middle up to the middle rectangle. This is very important that you cut on the right side of the paper, which is you're going to be cutting up the lines that are 3 3/4 and 8 1/4. Okay. Now once these are cut, so you can see the half-inch score mark there, we're going to create the box. We're going to fill those in, those side ones, into the back of the middle square. I'm using hot glue because it's going to quickly adhere it, or you can use your adhesive tape or wet glue, but it's going to take a little longer with wet glue. So yes, we're going to create this box, and yes, you're supposed to have that half-inch piece left over. Now we turn around the box, and it kind of broke my heart to hide the heart, but okay. Same thing, hot glue the two sides first, and then adhere it to the middle part. The middle part should be on the front. There we go. And these little pieces are going to be folded in a little later. And when I'm out of camera, it's because I'm getting stuff from, tools and stuff. So here's a second piece of 12 by 12. We're going to cut two 1-inch pieces. I'm trying to decide whether I want the straps up and down or long ways. So it's already 12 by 12. You just cut 1 inch and another 1 inch. And we're going to use these for something right now. And then you're going to cut two more. So technically you're cutting 4 1-inch long pieces of paper. There you go. So we're going to put this away, the black that was left over, black paper, and we're going to come back to it. Now the first, we're going to use it to decorate the bottom and the sides of the bag. Of course, this is optional. You can leave it as it is, but I want to decorate it. I'm using this Martha Stewart, it's a rosette punch, and my friend Sophia Paper Sweets. Hi Sophia. She gifted it to me a couple of Christmases ago, and I absolutely love it. So yes, I'm going to punch two of the strips, and I know I didn't line it up very well, but I was in a hurry because technically this video was like over a half hour, and I don't know, it was too long for me. So I was trying to hurry up as fast as I could. But you get the point. You can use any kind of decorative scissors, any decorative punch to, punch the edges. I think a pretty floral one. I know Martha Stewart has pretty floral punches that she has that would look really nice on here too. Okay, so you're gonna find the front of your bag, and you're gonna start at the corner, one of the corners of the bag or the box. Like I said, if I'm out of frame or not doing anything, it's because I was pulling out tools. So one of the corners, you're going to line up the black strip of paper. There you go, and pinch it at the corner, and then hot glue all the way around. Once you come to a corner, you're going to pinch down. There we go. And pinch down. And again, hot glue, and we come to the end here, I think. No. Pinch, and then the last little piece. And I know it's missing a whole chunk there, but that's where the other piece of decorative paper comes in. So sorry I'm out of frame, but there we go. Last piece, pinch it, and then go glue it down. And then we're just gonna overlap this piece of decorative strip over. And when it comes to the end, we're just gonna cut it, because then we come back to the beginning where we had started. Now this piece, what I'm gonna do is fold it in half, and it's gonna be a little bit wider than the edges. Hot glue on the edges, there we go. And down. There we go. And there's the side pieces. Of course, you don't have to do this, but I liked it. I wanted to use this piece. Okay, and the last decorative piece. And notice how I put the scallops facing each other, so the top one facing down and the bottom one facing up. Trim off the little piece right there. And so far we are done with the biggest part. There we go, the box. Now, the other two strips that we cut, these are 1 inch if you remember, and we're gonna fold them in half. Now you can fold it like this and just, you know, score all the way down, but I wanted a nice crisp line, and my folding is always wonky, and so I scored it. Now you'll see in a bit that my scoring still was wonky. I mean, how do you mess up a scoreboard? I don't know. But yeah, and I'm gonna fold this over, and we're gonna glue the middle part. This is to make the handles of the purse, and I wanted it to be a little thicker than just one simple thickness of a paper, because I wanted it to be nice and sturdy. That's why. So if you had double-sided paper, I mean, it's gonna be pretty, but the little handles are gonna be a little thin and floppy, so I wanted to double it up. And on here I'm using just tape runner, double-sided tape runner, and then lift it off, and there we go. Now it's a little thicker, and I liked it. You could see right there my scoring wasn't even, and there's still a piece that shows off. Same thing on the other one. And eventually these are longer than what I wanted them to be, but I left them that way I could see how long I wanted the handles to be. You'll see right now what I mean. So yes, glue them on together, and I'm gonna cut off the little excess piece. There should be a simpler way to do this. Maybe score it first and then cut it. I don't know. But yes, there we go. And these are my two handles for my purse. What am I doing? Oh, okay. So I'm lining them up together, and I wanted them to have not such a sharp cornered edge. I wanted them to have a little rounded edge. And I'm sure you could put that through a hole punch or something and it would be better. Then I'm going to bend them by just running my finger and kind of bending it at the same time. See what I mean? It's kind of longer than what I wanted it. I'd rather have it be longer and me cut it down than having it too short and have to start all over again. But if you want your handles smaller, if you want them longer, this is where you decide that piece. Okay, and yes, that's where I want it to be. Now I'm going to grab my tiny little hole puncher, and I'm going to punch on both ends of the handles. There we go. And I'm going to hot glue these ends down, which I'm sure, I mean, we could have done this earlier. I don't know why I left it, because I like to make myself into a chaotic mess when crafting. Okay, nice and tight. There we go. Hole punch and hole punch. There we go, all four sides, so that we can attach the handles there. And I wanted a decorative piece, so let's look at some brads. White. Yep, that's what we're gonna use, because we have enough already pink and black. There we go. Now I'm gonna line up the handle, little punched hole, with the box hole and put it through. Open up the brad in the back, and there we go. Where are you? Why are you out of frame? So sorry. But you get the point. I mean, if you don't know how to open a brad, you need help. Okay. There we go. And I'm taking a little bit long because I have nails, but I will make this work. Okay, now we squeeze the middle and the sides should pop out. Not too much because you don't want it to rip. Now we want the closure of the bag. Come back to that black piece of paper that we had, and we are going to cut it. Where am I? Oh, okay. I had to find the paper so you could see the measurements. The top closure is going to be 3 by 5. Here we go. Again, how long does it really? Oh, okay. I remember what I was doing. I was watching Hulu, so I get distracted easily. Oh, that's where my kids get it. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, so this is going to be the closure, and I want to round the edges. Again, I feel like straight 90-degree angle edges make it look harsh, and we want it to look feminine. And on the other end, we are going to score at 1/2 inch, and that's so we can glue that piece down and it will fold over. So remember, decide what is your front and what is your back, and we're going to glue it like that. We're going to put hot glue on the pattern edge, or one side, okay? And then that piece is going to be glued down, so when they open it, the pattern is facing down. There we go. And you know, without the closure and the proper patterned paper, this would be a really cute beach bag as well. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I would. Just kind of open it up, squish it in the middle a little bit so it can be out, so it look like a beach bag. So now we're gonna do the bow, and we're gonna cut 2 pieces of paper, 2 strips, and one is gonna be 4 by 1 and the other one is 3 by 1. And we are going to use our We Are Memories envelope punch board for this one. So you're gonna need those 2 strips and a tiny little piece for the middle of the bow, just a tiny little strip. Here we go. Okay, so this is how we're gonna get our punch board, get distracted with Hulu, and then come back and remember that we're recording. That's what happened here. I literally stopped and watched what was going on the show. Okay, oh, and I also went and got some Velcro. Here we go. We Are Memory punch board, envelope. We're gonna get the 4-inch and we're gonna line it up with the 2 and punch right in the middle, flip it over, and then fold it in half. And we're gonna line it up with the 2 again, flip it over, and there we have the beginning of our bow. Kind of bend it a little bit, and we're gonna hot glue those middle pieces into the middle. There we go. One side down and the other side, and hold for a bit. Take away all those glue spiderweb things. I hate those. Okay, now we're gonna get the 3-inch piece and we're gonna line it up to 1.5 inches. Punch in the middle, turn 1.5. Now these edges, we're gonna put them straight in to the punch, and we're gonna get those little flag edges. There we go. It's coming along pretty well. Okay, now we're gonna glue those 2 pieces together, and we're going to grab that other little strip of paper that we cut just to put right in the middle. And I noticed I needed it even smaller than what I cut out. but you get the drift. And I'm sure you can adjust the measurements to make a longer bow, a bigger bow, or even the back of that bow where the little flags are facing to the left and right. Maybe you can make them facing down. It's up to you. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside. Just make sure it's gonna, yeah, I don't know why, but I set that aside. Okay, now we're gonna grab the Velcro and put it on the closure of the bag and on the pink pattern paper bag side. And these closures, I picked them up at Dollar Tree, so they're not super expensive, and I got a lot of them out as well. I think this is a fun craft for Mother's Day. I mean, anytime. I mean, if I got this bag any time of the year, it'd be fun. But I think it goes well with moms, because what's a mom without her purse, right? Just add the little bow in the middle. So yeah, you can alter this bag to be, oh my gosh, it could be such a cute beach bag. It could be a baseball mom bag. Oh my gosh. So yeah, here's the other one I did. And then this one I just added a little paper tassel and one of those Maggie Holmes inspired flowers. Although I think this is a We Are Memory Keepers flower die. But yeah, there we go. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you understood it. I know I talk fast, but I was trying to get this video out. Thanks for stopping by and checking it out, and I hope you make one of your bags. Happy Mother's Day, all. Bye.